and then I'll give it back to you. So, hello and welcome back to Panther Sports Zone. I'm Gabriel Williams.
And I'm Christian Day.
Today we'll start off our show talking about our baseball team. We are going to talk about our baseball team this past weekend. The Prairie View baseball team traveled to Lorman, Mississippi, where they played against Alcorn State University Braves. The first game was on March 17th. The Panthers had the Panthers having 10 to Alcorn's 4. The Panthers were trailing 1-0 in the 5th inning when they put their first run on the board. Junior Michael Dews struck out 6 of the Braves hitters. Garrison Ways led the Panthers at the plate by going 2 for 5 with a triple and 2 RBIs. The Prairie View A&M pitchers faced 36 Alcorn State hitters in the game, allowing 11 ground balls and 7 fly balls while striking out 7. The next game took place on Saturday, March 18th. Once the game started, the Panthers got points on the board, starting with the first 2 runs in the top of the first inning. Senior Sebastian Correa drove in 2 runs with a single that helped fellow Panthers. Jaden Williams and Garrison Ways. Also, then the Braves then rallied to score 5 runs and to take a 5-2 lead before the Panthers got back on the board in the 4th. Prairie View A&M held the Braves off the scoreboard before rallying to tie it up in the 5th. The Panthers recorded a run on junior Paul Castero, one out and RBI double. The game ended with the Panthers winning 6-5. Game 3 took place the following day. The Panthers scored in 6 different innings on their way to a win. Prairie View A&M broke a 0-0 tie and took a lead for a good 1-0 in the first inning. The Panthers' power output was led by Antoine Mays, who compiled 2 extra base hits in the game. Prairie View A&M grabbed a 1-0 lead in the top half of the first and then surrendered that lead for the remainder of the game. Mays led the Panthers at the plate, going 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and 3 RBIs. The Panthers went on to win their next 3 matchups against UAPB this weekend, and the Panthers dominated the opening match, securing a 13-1 win. The next 2 games were close, but the Panthers still managed to get the dubs. They won the second match 6-5 and the third 5-2. The Panthers will be back in action tomorrow against Incarnate Wood in San Antonio. The first pitch will be thrown at 6:30 p.m.
Now, as we take a look at our Panthers baseball team, they were struggling at first, but now they are 6-0 in conference play. What do you think they did to turn their season around?
I think they started playing more as a team. I think whatever they've been doing, they let go of it to get the season going. I really feel like the mindset that they had probably changed. I think they used it as motivation. Losing so much, nobody wants to end their season like that, especially their seniors. So I know that probably played an impact. Everybody just took a step up, and I think that's really what helped them get to where they are now. What do you think?
I agree. See, I was saying earlier in past shows that the season wasn't over. They could always turn around. You could always change it up, make some adjustments, and I feel that's what they did. They're playing more as a team. I mean, no one wants to have a losing season, right?
Yeah.
So of course they're gonna try to step up and do better. Of course, the seniors, leaders of the team. No matter how much you want to say, everybody can lead, and everybody know the seniors are like the leaders. They set the boundary for a team, and and if they like step up their play or start doing some other stuff, freshmen, juniors, sophomores, whoever it is, people are gonna like try to replicate. They're all gonna want to do it. They're all gonna want to do better, and I feel like they're finally seeing like the hard work paying off right now.
I really think that played a part. Really, the seniors. Nobody wants to end their season like that, right? Nobody wants to end their season on a losing season. So I think what they're doing now, what I would do would be getting ready for next year. So ending off this year on a good note, so that they can prepare in the off season, right? Ending out the season good, so on the off season that they can come back, and on the off season they come back that next year they'll be a lot better, right? They'll have a way better start than they did this year. I think that this year they started the way they did because they weren't prepared, right? I think they weren't prepared. A couple players may not have been in the right mindset, but it's always can come back from it. But as long as they end off this season strong, I think that should be the focus for right now.
Absolutely. Using what happened this season for next season, moving on, like basically making like carrying on for the next season. Don't forget
Yeah.
about it because you don't want to replicate it. As much as they winning now, they still went losing at first. You don't want to replicate that. You want to start off stronger next season.
Yeah.
But moving on, let's take a look at softball. Our softball team last week took on Texas Southern in a 3-day match. The first game started on Friday at Texas Southern. The Lady Panthers started the game off strong by starting with 1 run in the top of the first inning. The Panthers began to lose their lead in the seventh, however, trailing 2-1. The ladies made a comeback when a single RBI was scored because of Destiny Smith. Prairie View A&M's highest scoring inning was the eighth when it pushed 4 runs across the home plate. Prairie View A&M pitchers limited Texas Southern to just 1 for 6 hitting with runners in scoring position. Prairie View A&M pitchers faced 36 Texas Southern hitters in the game, allowing 7 ground balls and 12 fly balls while striking out 5. The first game ended with the Panthers winning 6-2. The second game started off the same way as the first did, with the Lady Panthers putting on 1 run on the board in the first inning. The Panthers scored twice from 1 run Destiny Smith's single. The lead they once had was lost, but they came back on the board in the sixth, having winning 3-2. The Panthers picked up a run on Viviana Figueroa's leadoff home run, which made the score tied. The Lady Panthers got 2 home runs off the bat from Viviana, and Prairie View got 3 hit games from both Nunez and Figueroa. Prairie View A&M hitters hit 3 home runs in the ballgame. Viviana led the Lady Panthers at the plate, going for 3 for 4 with 2 home runs and 2 RBI. The game ended with the Panthers winning 7-5, which prepared them for the last game, which took place the next day. The last game ended with the Panthers winning 4-3. The Panthers finished up their week with a 3-0 win over Grambling State yesterday in Louisiana. Sophomore Colin Massey was sensational. Leading the Panthers, she struck out 10 Tigers en route to going the distance. The Panthers were back in action today, facing off in Grambling State in a 2-game series. The final score has not been reported yet, unfortunately.
We're going to take a short commercial break, and after we're going to come back and we'll talk about what's in store for our men's and women's golf teams, and there'll be more after the break. Welcome back to Panther Sports Zone. Now we'll be moving on to our women's tennis team, who dropped a match versus UTSA this past weekend here at Prairie View. The Panthers were unable to get on the board, dropping that game to 7-0. The Panthers will have a chance for redemption against Texas A&M Kingsville on April 22nd.
Moving on to men's tennis. Our men's tennis team was also unable to have a successful weekend. The Panthers dropped the game versus Incarnate Word here at home. The final score was 6-1 in favor of the Word. The Panthers will face off against Our Lady of the Lake on April 8th here at Prairie View.
Now we will be moving on to golf. The men's golf team was in action today against North Carolina A&T Aggie Invitational. This comes off the heels of Prairie View's last bout in North Carolina against North Carolina Central. The North Carolina A&T Aggies Invitational will be over the course of 2 days. We want to say good luck to our Panthers and have safe travels.
Moving on to women's golf. This past week, our women's golf team took home the 2023 Gulf Shores Collegiate Invitational Championship. The Panthers traveled to Alabama, looking to continue their momentum from a strong start this season. Senior Taylor Harvey performed outstandingly at the tournament, single-handedly driving the Panthers to the win. The Panthers look to continue the success into the next tournament, the Cardinal Challenge at Lamar University in Beaumont. Congratulations.
Now, this weekend, we want to talk about our track and field team. This weekend, the women's track and field team dominated the 89th annual PV Relays here on our home turf. The Panthers were led by interim head coach Eric Dixon, placing second in the competition. The Panthers saw multiple winners and high finishes throughout the weekend. Rundella Jackson won the women's 1,500-meter dash with a stadium record of 4 minutes and 52.63 seconds. In the women's 400-meter dash, Antoinette Kinsler finished second with her season opening time 55.29. In that same race, senior Jada Sabir finished fourth, while freshman Jazeer Miller finished seventh. In the university's women's 200-meter dash, the Lady Panthers swept the podium. Junior Asia Harris led the field with a time of 23.57, followed by seniors Jada Sabir and Darnisha Likes. The Panthers continued domination with the senior Jasmine Gray winning the 100-meter hurdles with a season best time of 14.32. Sophomore Severa Anderson also set a new personal record of 5.51 meters in the long jump. The Panthers will be back in action this weekend at the Florida Pepsi Relays. What do you want to say to our track team? And we want to say congratulations, but also what do you want to say to them to getting ready for this weekend?
I mean, they already being successful. They just really ain't got to change much, to be honest with you. I have faith in them. I feel they can win. I don't want to jinx for nothing, but I just got faith in them. I've seen and heard what they can do, even before I got here. So I know the track team has talent. Even with everything happened with the coach, they still, the girls are the one that's running. The girls are the ones that are doing it. So I feel like the talent go win. So I got faith in them.
Hopefully we can bring back the SWAC championship this year. I know last year we brought it home. I really want to say congratulations to a lot of the girls and a lot of the boys that's doing their thing that did it last year. Hopefully they can continue to get it done this year as well. Well, we're going to take another short break, and when we come back, we'll talk about our crown SWAC champions, our women's bowling team. Stay tuned after the break.
Welcome back to Panther Sports Zone. Moving on to our SWAC bowling championship team. This past weekend, our Panthers women's bowling team once again took home the SWAC bowling championship. This landmark championship marks their sixth championship in school history. The Panthers dropped their first game, sending them to the elimination bracket, however, but from then on out, it was pure domination for the Panthers. The Panthers will win their next two matchups, sending them to a 7-Baker Series matchup against reigning championship Alabama State. The Panthers would take a 3-1 lead in the series before winning the decisive Game 5 matchup to secure their ring. Stephanie Vasquez was named SWAC Most Outstanding Bowler of the tournament after a stellar performance all tournament long. This comes after both Vasquez and freshman Jada Gordon both took home SWAC honors before the tournament even began. Congratulations to our SWAC championship, our women's bowling team. You continue to make history here at the Hill. That's all for today's show, though. We want to thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'm Christian Day.
And I'm Gabriel Williams.
We'll catch y'all next time.